What is going on, guys? My name is Professor Nigel, and today I'm going to be playing some Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. If you're familiar with my channel, I usually upload multiplayer, but the multiplayer servers are down, and they have been down for me, and I also just haven't had the time to play multiplayer, go for nukes, the usual stuff that I upload to the channel. But today, I thought I'd revisit some Spec Ops. It's super entertaining, and I think one of my favorite third game modes from a Call of Duty game. As you can see, I got all 69 stars in Spec Ops, so instead of going through playing my favorite ops or trying to beat the missions on Veteran and all that stuff, I decided to go through the alpha set of ops and try and beat the Infinity Ward best times. I think it was a really creative thing for them to add, to have some of the developers go through and play the game. So as you can see, I already did indeed beat all the Infinity Ward times, so if you can hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for all this hard work. I'm going to go through and show you how to do it, the best strategies, and really just overall how to run through these Spec Ops missions. So the first one is the Pit. The Pit is probably the simplest op. It's in the campaign. It's the first thing you do to determine what difficulty you play on, and really it's just essentially running through here and picking off all these targets and stuff like that. So the strategy here really is just play through it a bunch of times and memorize where all the targets pop up. And it's really all about luck. As you can see, I got through that little middle bit really quickly, but really it's just the MP5K and the USP allows you to run through it for the fastest time, and I got through it in 22.1 seconds, which is 0.5 seconds faster than the Infinity Ward time. I ran through this op probably at least 100 times, and it's really difficult to get through it and get that final time, but once you do, it's really rewarding. So the next op is Sniper Fly. This is a wave op, and I played it just on regular. Obviously, since you're going for the fastest time, the best way to do it is really just to play all these ops on regular. Especially with this one, it would essentially be impossible to beat the Infinity Ward best time of 1 minute and 55 seconds if you had to do 5 waves. This one is just 3 waves, and the strategy that I had was you take your Barrett and you really just get up on this oil tanker and pick people off. You get the RPG as your secondary, which you'll see be utilized in the second and third round. But really, my best strategy is pick the guys off to the right and then use the Predator missile to eliminate the guys to the left. Usually the guys on the left clump up. And there's also those oil tankers that explode when you throw down the Predator missile. And really, as you can see, it's really just about getting through the rounds as fast as you can. Obviously, you're trying to beat the best time. But for me, it really just came down to luck. Getting through that first round in like 16 or 17 seconds was really lucky. And as you can see, that's where the RPG comes in handy, being able to not waste your Predator missile right off the bat and waste time trying to destroy the car when it really just pulls up right in front of you. The guys don't get out, so you can really just take the RPG and whip it out for 2 seconds and kill like 4 or 5 enemies, and then get right back onto sniping people instead of wasting your Predator missile. And then you just use your Predator missile to take out the clumped up guys that are to the left. So as you can see, I got through these first 2 rounds super quickly, and that's really what you got to do. You really just got to leave the most amount of time, obviously, since there's the most amount of enemies, for the third round. And you really just got to be like on your game, going back and forth. It's really useful that the Barrett does not have a lot of kick. It really feeds into how fast you can get through this op. And as you can see, I got really lucky. All those guys were clumping up. It really sucks that I had to reload here because I was just super like trying to get through it all. I had beaten the time by like a second, but I figured that wasn't good enough, and I ended up running through it a bunch more times and getting through it at 1 minute and 51 seconds, which is roughly 4 seconds faster than the Infinity Ward time that they have posted. So really, the key to that op is really just knowing where the enemies are going to pop up and getting lucky with your Predator drone strikes and all that sort of stuff. Again, I think this was the hardest op that I had to get through, and it took, I think, easily the most time next to the Pit. So on to the next op. So the next op is Cristo Redentor, and like Sniper Fly, it's another sort of wave op that you have to get through. Unlike Sniper 5, there is no in between the rounds, and it's not necessarily a wave op in the sense that there's different waves with more people coming at you. It's really just this one big wave of 30 enemies that you have to get through. So my favorite strategy is to throw a couple nades to the left there. Usually you can pick up a couple guys. In this particular run, I did not, but it's always good. Throw a couple nades there, and then if you run to the right, you can pick up these mini Uzis. I usually like using the mini Uzis just because you can have a constant rate of fire. You can be shooting one while reloading the other, and I think it's really useful. You don't have to waste time reloading or anything like that, and it really saves you a lot of time. So you really just have to get through the most populated areas of the map. If you go to the right, obviously where you pick up the mini Uzis, there's a ton of guys there. And then if you run back through the center portion of the map, and in this back left corner, there's a ton of guys that like to chill in this corner. You also got to be careful though, there are civilians on this map, and you don't want to mistakenly kill them. You can fail the op if you kill 6 civilians, and it's definitely something to look out for. Really, you just got to get lucky with how the enemies spawn, and I really just lucked out and had a bunch of people clump up, and I got through it in 1 minute and 3 seconds for my final time. So the next op we have here is Evasion. This op is exactly like the campaign mission you do with Captain Price later in the game when you're going to the sub base. It's super simple. You really just got to run through it as fast as you can. Instead of going through it all stealthy like you usually do if you want to try and get through it on veteran or anything like that. If you really just run through the center area, and if you do it quickly enough, no one's going to notice you. The biggest obstacle on beating the Infinity Ward time is not getting caught up with these guys. If you run the way I do, you really only encounter those 2 guys, and then if you stay to the left all the way here, you can get over this little lip and pass this little patrol here. You got to be careful, they will light you up immediately, but if you can hop around them and really just sprint by them, especially since you're on regular, it shouldn't be that too much of an issue. It's really hard to improve on the Infinity Ward time because I'm pretty sure they just did what I just did, but I was able to beat it by a couple of seconds, and this one was really quick. It really didn't take me that much time. It was probably one of the easier ones. So moving on. So the final op here is Suspension, and just like Evasion, you really just have to run through it as fast as you can. There really isn't much other strategy to beat the Infinity Ward best time. The way I did it is I took the Deagle here. You can also pick up the P90. I didn't really notice too much of a speed difference. Really, I think the biggest obstacle is coming around here, and it slows you down because the bridge collapses because it gets hit with like some rockets or something like that. But really, you just gotta try and get through it as quickly as you can and sprint as much as you can and try and not get killed when you're slowed down by the enemies there. Really, if you just run through, run to the side here and run all the way to the end, you're not gonna have too much trouble with the enemies. You're running through it on regular, so you might get hit a couple times, but you really just gotta sprint through it. I think I improved in total, I think like 5 seconds on the Infinity Ward time, but there really isn't much of a way to run it any faster. This again, just like the other one, didn't really take that much time, but I got through in 47 seconds, and I think the Infinity Ward best time is about 53 seconds or something like that. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. These were all the alpha ops, beating the Infinity Ward times on all the alpha ops. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more throwback Call of Duty videos. I'm going to have a ton more videos out soon. And hopefully soon enough we will get a look at the new Call of Duty by the time this video goes up. I'm hoping we're going to have a new trailer for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or what's rumored to be Call of Duty 2019. So hopefully we will all be looking forward to that by the time this video is up. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check out the rest of my channel, and hopefully I'll have some more nukes and other stuff like that. Comment if you want more of these Spec Ops videos. I think I'm going to try and beat the Infinity Ward times. I really enjoyed making this video. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later.